Merhaba dostlar. Bugün Hestia Developments'tan Vicky Bey ile beraberiz. Vicky Bey bu şirketin CEO'su. Kendileri Yunanistan'da birçok gayrimenkul projesine ve Golden Visa uygun gayrimenkul projesine imza atıyorlar. Çok güzel projeleri var. Arkamda zaten maketlerini görüyorsunuz. Hello Mr. Vicky, how are you?
Hello. Good. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure being here.
Yes.
Pleasure. So sir, could we get to know you a bit? Like
Yeah.
personally, you, what do you do?
Sure. Hello, our Turkey friends. I'm Vicky Guan, the executive director of Hestia Group. We are a Chinese developer from 1993 in Chaozhou City. And during the past 33 years, we have developed over 4 million square meters properties in China. And 3 years ago, we start to expand our global business in Greece here. So, as same as you as an investor, Greece is a very good place for us to develop and to invest. Yeah, thank you.
Lovely. And then Hestia Group.
Yes.
So this is your company in Greece, right?
Yes.
But
This is our company. In
This
Greece.
is not the name of the main company. This is the Greece.
Yes.
company.
Our main company is named Hypo.
Okay.
Hypo in
So
China. Yes.
what's the background of Hestia Group? How many years has it been?
In Greece, we have 3 years, and in China, we are over 33 years from 1993.
Perfect.
Yes.
Lovely. It's a very big background.
Very long history. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So what's the track record of Hestia Group here in Greece?
Sorry.
What's the track record of Hestia Group here in Greece? How many projects have you delivered?
Now we have over 16 projects pending, and this is our first project, which is already sold out, and some we still have few apartments here, and for each project we have some small model here also. Yeah.
I see also the apartments here. These really feel residential. Are they commercial to residential transaction projects?
Yes. For this project, it's commercial to residential, but as you know, we are developed for around over 30 years experience. So when we choose the projects, we are based on real estate logic. We focus on the location, on the investable, like how the rental, like few years later, how much you sold it. So this is our logic when we are choosing the projects. It's commercial building, but located in very residential area also.
Oh, perfect. That's, I think, one of the problems that I see also in Greece with commercial to residential transactions. I see people buying commercial properties in commercial zones.
Yes.
Wherein, if you make it a residential building, it is still in a commercial location. Where then it makes it almost impossible for people to actually live inside those areas.
Yes.
But now this is a good thing you mentioned that these are also located in residential areas.
Like this project is around 50 meters from the metro station, and like opposite the street, 10 seconds by walk is a supermarket.
Oh,
so very convenient area, and also this full of student university there, so very easy to rent out to the student also.
Perfect. These are important things. Once the project is done, you should genuinely be able to rent these out, sell these to the market as well. Right?
And this is our logic. Like we don't care, not very care if the project can sold out or not, because we don't sold, we start the construction, and when we finish, even if it's not sold out, we will rent ourselves. We can get the profit here as an investor ourselves also. So this is the logic when we choose the project.
So you look at it as an investment, and now if it's sold, it's nice, it's an advantage.
Sure.
But if it's not sold, it's still a good investment for you as well.
Yes.
Which means a lot for the investors, of course. If you are putting your money where you are speaking on, then people could as well put their money as well.
Yes.
So, sir, perfect. What do you think about the Greece Golden Visa market? Do you think it's gonna go on like this? How does it go right now?
Before we came here, we have do some data analysis. Actually, from 2022 until 2025, the Golden Visa occupation of the whole real estate market is growing every year. Now I think in the Greek market, around 66% of the real estate market is from non-Euro buyers, is outside Euro buyers. So the occupation is very big and growing every year now.
66%?
66% is
it's
foreign buyers.
Big amount. Then wouldn't this cause a volatility in the market, wherein if Golden Visa, let's say, one day ceases to exist, that 66% vanishes? Wouldn't that be a risk?
So, according to this 66, it's a very big number for the Greek government also. If they want to close these programs, they will lose this 66 is a very big problem of the real estate market in this country. So I think, we see the Golden Visa is changing these few years, but I don't think the government will definitely close all the program. So maybe my personal expectation, 3 or 4 years, it will keep like this now. And after that, they will have some new policy inside here. Probably some another limitation. Maybe they will tell, okay, your apartment should over how many square meters and some new area limited like this inside. So also in this part, when we are choosing the project, when we are making some project, usually we will try our best to make the apartment over at least 35 square meters because we are expecting maybe one day they will put some limit here in order not to let our client to take the risk. We are being a little bit attention inside here also.
Absolutely. Yes. That's very nice to hear. So one question I want to ask you, it's one of the questions that I hear the most from clients.
Yes.
Is they're always telling me the apartments in Greece are really, really, really small, especially, compared to our cultural way of looking at apartments. Let's say I'm a single person. I live in Istanbul, and I live in a house that is 180 square meters, right? Of course, 180 square meters for me is much more than enough. But Turkish people usually they like 80 to 90 square meter apartments. So what's the reason these apartments are so small? And then are these because these apartments 35, 45, 55 square meter apartments? These are going for at least 250,000 euros. So also people may feel these are overpriced. What would you say to that?
Okay, so I think here we have different points. First, I have heard that I think Turkey is same as in China also. You usually calculate the gross square meter, not the net square meter. Okay, so also we have some Chinese buyer coming here to ask the same questions. They cannot very understand between the gross and the net how big it looks like. So actually, when we are talking about 40 square meters net, it's around like 55, around 60 gross. So exactly the room will be not very small actually. And the second, because in Greece, I think the construction part is not very advanced. So we bring some new idea also from China, and also as we know, especially in Japan, they know how to create a small space into a very big efficiency. So we are trying to put some new idea, new design, new materials, try to make the rooms look bigger and the more efficiency to use. Like the space, we can use some small idea for the space and make it more arrangeable also. This is the second for this part. And the third part is this market, because of the new Greek Golden Visa. All the project we are choosing is the whole building now. So based on the whole building, for sure, as a developer, we need to try our best to make all the space to be used and try to create more apartment, because we are doing a business also. So based on this market now and the policy now, all the expense was going up. And to renovate the whole building, you are not only like divided the house and not only like doing the renovation inside. We have the balcony, we have the facade, all the things we need to take care. So the expense will be higher. Sometimes maybe it will be higher than build a new building from abroad. So that's why all the square meters now in the market looks like this.
I myself am an architect as well, that I can easily say a building primarily constructed as for the function of a commercial use. In order to make that into a residential building, it must really be very, very hard, because many things are going to be different. Because if you are building for commercial use, infrastructure is going to be different. The layout is going to be much different. The stairs are going to be located in an entirely different position. You have no balconies in a commercial building most of the time. Wherein in Greece, especially in the local market of Greece, I think everyone likes to have their own balconies as well. It's very important for them.
Commercial building, there's a problem. Like before, let's say one floor is for office, maybe they only have 1 or 2 balcony. But once you are divided to 4 or 5 apartments, you need to create new balcony there. Like this project, all the balcony is the addition that we make. So inside here, the structure expense is very high also. I think this building, if I remember the number, around 10% we spend in the balcony also. So this is a big
you lose a lot of square meters to the balconies as well. But in Greece, balconies are not just also a matter of that people like them also, but it's because it's such a hot country as well. It gets really hot. Balconies are for insulation as well. Otherwise, the inside of the apartment would be really, really, really hot at the end of the day. So balconies take on a lot of the hot air at the end of the day, and then it creates an insulation and a pressure air inside the apartment. So that's important. One question I want to ask you: what would be an average rent? A healthy rent in Greece for an apartment? What would be the annual rental return?
The rental market, I think is very crazy. So first, for the answer for the question, generally for 40 square meters, all our product in the market now, 700, 750 to 900, something range, depends on location and also the future market. Okay, so I think in this range is not a problem. Like a personal, I think example, once I come here, because our project is not ready yet, so I need to rent house myself also. Okay, I search for 1 month. I want the new because I prefer a new apartment like with furniture or this. Well, very hard to search. I search around 1 month, and there's two options. The first option is 700 without furniture. So some same square meters like those apartments, and not pretty new. Okay, and I want to negotiate with the owner to have some furniture, and the next day rent out. And then I found another one, 750, around 50 square meters like this, but ground floor. And also the day I contact the owner, he already has another offer, but I give more a little bit and to get offer like this. So the rental market here is very crazy. Yeah, it's not very easy to find a new apartment.
The supply here is literally much less than the demand that is here in Athens for sure. But then that makes, let's say, for a $250,000 apartment, $900 a month makes euros a month, makes almost 4%?
Let's say
4%.
Generally, because there's some tax, some other expense inside the rental. So the net usually we can get is around 2.8 to 3.2 in this range, maybe 2.7 to 3.3, something like that. Very depends on location and on the timing when you rent out. If you want to be rushed to rent, maybe you will get lower price. If you you can wait for 1 or 2 or 3 months to get a higher price. It is possible.
Yeah, also. I'm sure in summertime the demand is even higher than where the supply stays the same. You would be able to rent it, I think, for a much better price as well. But then also I want to ask you now, for Turkish investors coming here, they always have lots of ideas and then they get confused at the end of the day. So what would you suggest them when they come here? What should they look primarily on? What would be their metrics, on buying or investing in a property here in Greece for the purpose of Golden Visa investment?
I think inside this market also, I think there's two group of people and the two group of developer focusing on real estate itself or focusing on visa itself. So it's quite different choice also. Like as us, I think we are more focusing on real estate, the property itself. And I also advise our client also, like when you should think carefully about yourself. Like you just want to get a card, a visa, or you want to invest to buy a project and then also get the visa as a gift. So for sure in this case, you have some expense for the visa. But mostly you need to focus on the project, the property itself. If this project can give you a long-term refund, and after a few years, maybe because 5 years is the time. Okay, after 5 years, if you don't want the visa, still these things you put in the market, the project, you can sell a price then higher than before or equal than before. So this is, I think, when they are choosing, they need to think about this.
So they should always think of an exit strategy as well.
More focus on invest than the visa. Yeah, but it depends because some people maybe I just want the visa, I don't care about the project. So you have another option also.
So for Turkish people, I could easily say this, that yes, they want the Golden Visa primarily because it's very hard now to get Schengen visa for Turkish people. But then also they don't want to have to make a bad investment in order to get the Golden Visa.
So it should be combined together.
So they try to combine it together, but then as you advise, everyone should be very careful and to have an exit strategy at the end of 5 years, even if they're not gonna sell it after 5 years. They should look at that market projections, if after 5 years this is gonna sell for a higher price, at least to have that comfort in your mind, not to lose your head at the end of
So because
years.
we are very experienced developer. Like our investor logic in China also. In China, in our city, we are selling the highest price for our project. We are the highest price in that city because of the location. Location in real estate is always the number one thing that we need to focus on.
And what locations here in Greece do you invest in?
Now we are, like most of our project is in center. Also, we have some 800,000 projects in the south part for the luxury, because in Greek we have one of the most biggest project, Elenico, the big tower here in the whole Europe. So surround this area, for sure the price will raise at least 5 years more.
Let's say if you had a budget of €1 million and you need to get the Golden Visa. You don't have to spend the whole million. You can go and buy a property for 250K, get the Golden Visa, or you can go to a project where it's 800, 900,000 euros.
800. If I have 1 million, 800 is for the local market and the surrounding Elenico, the seaside. Just put there. If you don't leave, 5 years later, it will raise for sure.
Right? It would be a much better investment.
Than the 250,000. 250,000 because it's renovation. As I mentioned before, it's a lot of expense there. So for sure, it's a little bit over the normal market. But for the 800,000, usually it's better, much more close, let's say, to the local market.
So you would also suggest people to go, raise if they can, of course, to raise their budgets and to go for a directly residential project. In terms of investment, it's going to be, or as well in terms of exit, it's going to be much better. You say. Perfect, sir. Sir, it's been great. Thank you for all the information you have given. It has been my pleasure.
Nice to meet you, and welcome a friend to visit here.
We'll be coming back.
Okay,
hopefully.
Thanks.
Thank you.